Nation, and welcome to another episode of the Easy Cage Show. I am Darth Easy,
And I'm Rennie Cage.
and this is episode 169. Heyo,
Ooh.
and of another episode of the wonderful Easy Cage Show. Today is we usually do a monthly episode where we talk about a random top 10, some kind of inspired for the whatever's coming out during the month of the year. So this
We're
month,
doing top 10 Roland Emmerich movies. I'm ready.
no, you're not. No, I mean there's a couple topics we could have gone with. We could have gone with disaster movies, but I don't love disaster movies. So, and it would have been a very list that you would probably roll your eyes at because I'm like it's kind of a disaster, and really I would have probably gone more apocalypse, and we've already done that. So I thought this was a good opportunity with Death in the Nile just out in theaters, comes out today. Which is we're doing this on Friday because tomorrow Rainy Cage is going to the movies, and it's too much to ask for him to go to the movies and do the Easy Cage show, and then Sunday's the Super Bowl, and so there's no chance in hell we would have been able to get our schedules lined up, and instead of doing it on Monday when we're both drog ass tired, we decided to do Friday when we're drog ass tired.
Exactly.
So today we're doing mystery movies inspired for Death in the Nile. This was a very cool list to come up with. I mean, it's a mystery movie. It's like, what's the mystery of the film? You got to try to figure it out, and then you're like, oh, what the twist? That's mystery movies in a sense. So, was this an easy list to come up with for any Cage, or was this hard?
No, it was actually not too bad. Once I started making the list, I was like, ooh, that's a good one. Ooh, that's a good one. And before I knew it, I had 20 movies that I had to cram in there. I'm
So,
sure
I know you rolled your eyes whenever I said mystery movies a little bit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to come up with, but that, I like with most of my list, there's not a whole lot of classics in here because I haven't seen a lot of the classic mystery movies.
Yeah, most of my list is classics, so we're not gonna have a lot in common, but it's fun. We'll get to have some discussions of some movies and stuff. So once me and Ray Cage just said a topic, we'll go our separate ways and cover our own separate top tens. He'll do his 10 through 8. I'll do my 10 through 8. He'll do a 7 through 6. I'll do my 7 through 6. Then we trade one apiece. Once we compile our own separate top tens, we'll create the show between the two of us. And I started first last time, so Ray Cage, the ball is in your court.
All right. Number 10 is Independence Day. Oh, I forgot. That's for our Roland Emmerich list. That's later.
That's probably so high on that list. I think that would be number one, probably.
Yeah, probably, actually. Number 10, I went with A Simple Favor.
Okay, that was an honorable mention.
All right, look at us. Hold on a second. I'm having some computer problems. There we go.
I can actually see your picture today, so it's a lot better than your usual crappy camera picture.
Okay, so yeah, I went with Simple Favor for my number 10. This is the Paul Feig movie from a few years ago. I really like this movie. It's got Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively in it, and Henry Golding, and it's got what I like in a modern day mystery movie. And I do think that towards the end it gets a little silly, and it could have ended like 3 twists before it actually does, but I enjoyed it because I like the cast and everything. This is one I've only watched once, and
I've seen it twice. I've seen it twice. It's one I want to own. I love Blake Lively and I like Anna Kendrick in the movie. I like the twist of the twin, which is something that we see like in so many times in movies. Yeah. And I thought the drama was really good, and this is a movie that really turned me around on Paul Feig. Paul Feig, yeah. I was just like,
Paul Feig movie.
Yeah, I mean, it was completely different. I mean, because it was just the stupid little slapstick comedies with Melissa McCarthy, and then he made that horrible Ghostbusters movie, which apparently I'm sexist because I think that movie's terrible. And Simple Favor was completely different, and I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the movie for that. It had its comedy moments in there, but it was I enjoyed the film.
All right, my number 9, I went with Nightcrawler.
Okay. I didn't put this down because I didn't really see a mystery in there. So, um, but go ahead.
Well, this movie stars Jake Gyllenhaal. I forget who directs this movie. I don't know if it's anybody I know, but he's like an ambulance chaser, and there's some mystery in there, but it's like uh, he'll do whatever he takes to become kind of a star. So much, it kind of reminded me of not Seven, but um, he'll do whatever it takes to become famous. I don't even know if it's become famous, to become successful, and he'll create his own accidents type thing. But I think it's really good. It's a really well directed movie, and Jake Gyllenhaal, another movie where he gets no credit for being the amazing Jake
Oh,
Gyllenhaal.
he should have won the Oscar for this movie.
Yeah.
He wasn't even nominated for this
Uh-huh.
movie. I don't know. It's a good movie. I love Nightcrawler. I just don't know if there's not really a mystery in the movie. I mean, there's no secret
Well,
door
tell that to the
twist.
top mystery, whatever list I pulled it from.
So I mean, I'm just telling you. Just when I think of a mystery, I think someone's hiding something. We're trying to figure out what's going on, and for this, it's just more of he's kind of creating the drama in this film. So because he basically sets the cops against these crooks. There's this big out shootout and everything. He sets his partner up to get killed, and just because he asked for a raise, uh,
Yep.
you think you work for some bad people, but then you watch this movie, you're like, you know what, my employment is not that bad compared to this guy.
All right. Let's go back here. My number 8, I went with. I wanted to put a comedy on here, and the first one I thought about was Game Night.
Okay, I'm okay with that one. So
Only because I love Game Night. It's a really funny movie, but also there is, like, you really don't know what's going on until the very end of the movie. You don't know if this is a real game, or you know if there is someone out there murdering people and doing all this stuff. So I'm really loving Jason Bateman here lately. Anything he's in, I just love it, and it's just a really well done, funny movie.
yeah, game night's great. I mean, my favorite part about game night was Jesse Plemons,
Yes, he was awesome.
cop that lives right next door, who's kind of sets part of this up, and then there's something else in there too. I forget who plays the brother, who was Coach Taylor from Friday Night Lights.
Yep.
Rachel McAdams is funny in the movie. Like I like the part. The only thing I really remember of the movie, and other than like the credits with Jesse Plemons in there, is whenever they're at the plane, and she's like, "Yes, oh no, he died." That's literally the only thing I remember in Game Night. So
I
it's one of
love
those I want to rewatch. It's one of those films
Yeah.
that I would like to rewatch and own, but I just haven't done it.
There's a great scene where he gets shot or stabbed. I can't remember which in his arm, and Rachel McAdams is they're trying to fix him, and it is
If I
so
remember
funny.
right, there's like three families. They're all super big Adams,
Competitive. Yep.
and they're so competitive in there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I remember this.
Yeah.
So it's
It's
starting
good
to come
time.
back a little bit.
It's a good time. It's kind of like it. I guess it would be kind of like a modern day Clue almost, which I have never really watched Clue.
I've never seen
So
Clue. So
yeah, but that's my 10 through 8.
all right, my number 10. So my movies were very interesting. Like my first four movies on my list are more modern movies, and then my last six are all old classic films that you love to death. So
Can't
my
wait
number
to see all these.
so my number 10 is was a debut of everyone's favorite Batman, Gone Baby Gone.
I don't have Gone Baby Gone. I have it as an honorable mention,
Okay.
even
So
though
Gone Baby,
I love this movie.
yeah. So I'm kind of surprised this isn't on your list. I figured I was like, this would be the one, and I kicked the movie off the list. Like last second, I was like, let's get rid of that and put Gone Baby Gone because it's such a good movie. You have Casey Affleck, um, Maggie, no, Michelle Monaghan.
Mm-hmm.
They're private eyes. This girl goes missing, and they're trying to figure out where the mom is, or trying to find out where the daughter is. They think the daughter was killed, but then it actually turns out, spoiler alert, but
Morgan Freeman,
we always talk
damn
spoilers.
bastard.
But the kid was actually taken in by Morgan Freeman, who was the police captain. You're like, what the hell? I mean, what a good twist. That's what makes this, like I said, the big mystery, and that's the big twist in the movie that you're just like, holy crap. And then you, as an audience member, you have to make that decision where it's like, was this the right call about turning them in? And when Michelle Monaghan's like, I can't stay with you. I don't agree with you. I get it, but I just can't. I just don't agree with this. And then at the end, whenever you see the mom, just basically bums Casey Affleck to babysit her kid, and he kind of just sits there. He's probably like, man, I probably should have just I probably should have let things as it was. But I love the moral dilemma, and I love it when movies like this get the audience thinking about it. So that's what I love about Gone Baby Gone.
I agree. Great movie.
Okay. Great input. At number 9 is this my only Christopher Nolan movie on my list. And you'll be shocked that it is going to be The Prestige.
Wow. Look at you. I thought I had this movie on my list, but it is in my honorable mentions, my very last honorable mention.
Okay.
Yep.
So I love Prestige. I mean, it's Christian Bale, Hugh Jackman, and you also got like Scarlett Johansson in this movie. Such a good, movie. And you're basically just it's a magician movie, so you're trying to figure out what's the twist, and that is the sense of a mystery film where you're just trying to figure out what's the power of what's Hugh Jackman doing, what's Christian Bale doing.
Or is it not?
Christian Bale, I believe, if I remember right, this is another movie, which is funny that we talked about A Simple Favor, another movie with a twin. And I like how they had kind of switched places, how the one Christian Bale character had a relationship with Scarlett Johansson, and the other one was trying to stay loyal to his wife. And you have Hugh Jackman, who invented cloning from Nikola Tesla. And it's a very good movie. I mean, it's such a great Christopher Nolan movie. It came out in between Batman Begins and The Dark Knight, and it's just such a good one, and I love it. And Christopher Nolan, I mean, he's my boy. So, and I had to throw a Nolan movie in there, and I thought The Prestige is such a good one.
I agree. Good stuff.
Thanks, Ray Cage. All right. At number 8, this is a movie. This is the last time we saw a movie in Evansville together, and that is Searching.
Oh, that's a punt.
Okay, so that's my 10th or 8.
All right. My number 7 is the great, wonderful Shia LaBeouf in Disturbia.
Ugh. Now I have the superior movie.
I know this is a more of a modern take on Rear Window, right? Am I saying that right?
Mm-hmm.
The Alfred Hitchcock movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but I like this movie because this was one of the first Blu-rays I ever bought. I think it came out in 2007. And I didn't go see this in theaters, and I watched this movie so many times back in then. And I watched it with the director's commentary, and I just love this movie. Shia LaBeouf's great. He's a teen. He's on house arrest, and he's just watching the neighborhood girl, and sees some fishy stuff going on, and like your movie that you're going to talk about later, it's just a modern telling about that. And I don't particularly love the Rear Window, but I like Disturbia.
You're just such a I hate you. Like I hate you. Like I mean, it's okay. Come on, shut the hell up. Disturbia's okay. I mean, it's one of the few good Shia LaBeouf films back in the day, and yeah, it's okay. It just pales in comparison to the original. Uh, so, but it was interesting seeing a different kind of take on Rear Window, where instead of he's a reporter, he's just on house arrest. He thinks he sees something. I mean, it's a good story. It could be retold. It could be retold again. I'd be interested to see.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure it's been told again by now, probably. But sure, why not?
I was looking at. I don't know who this girl is.
It's Carrie-Anne Moss from who plays Trinity and Matrix.
Yeah, but the girl that he's like feeling, this Sarah Romer. I guess this is her only movie. This also is directed by DJ Caruso, who I used to think had a future in the movie world, and then here lately he's just making bomb after bomb after bomb.
Don't know who that is right now. So
he did I Am Number 4, and
Yeah,
Eagle
yeah,
Eye, and Triple X.
Yeah, those movies are awful.
The one he just did was that horrible movie this January, Redeeming Love, that got like a 10%. So I was like, well, so much for him. Okay. My number 7. Is that what I'm on?
No, you're at 6.
Oh, 6. Man, you know what? I should have done 7 for 7. My number 6 is Knives Out.
Okay, that's my number 7.
Oh, look at us, just knocking it out of the park here. Yeah, I was surprised how much I loved this movie because wasn't not a big fan of The Last Jedi, although now I have a feeling The Last Jedi is going to be one of those movies that 5 years from now I'm going to be like, this is a great Star Wars movie compared to the other one.
No, yeah, I don't know. I agree with you.
But anyways, I went into this and I was like, and plus I don't particularly like these kind of like whodunit kind of movies. Like, I know we're basing this whole list off of the newest one. I'm not even gonna go see it because I just didn't like
it's got the best reviews of any movies out right now.
Orient Express. I just didn't really like that movie. So I went into this, kind of and I loved it. I loved the cast. I love the mystery. Ana de Armas is fantastic in this film, but really Daniel Craig kind of steals the film. He's just great as the detective, and I freaking loved it, and I can't wait to see the sequel, which we're getting this year.
Yeah, I mean, I love the story. I mean, you got you have Christopher Plummer, right? He's the one that played.
Yes, he's the one that is dying. Yeah.
Okay, so Christopher Plummer. He's dying. Well, he's basically Ana de Armas kills him by accident, and he's like, okay, and he was like a mystery writer. He owned this franchise, and all the kids are basically arguing on who gets the money, who gets the empire, and he doesn't really like any of his kids to get it, so he inherits it to her. You got what's her face from the Halloween film. He's Jamie Lee Curtis. She's one of the characters in there. Chris Evans is very funny in the movie. One of the few roles other than that I can tell you, that and Snowpiercer, these are like the only 2 movies I can tell you from the last 10 years, other than Captain America he has done.
I love Gifted.
And yeah, it's okay. So, but this, I actually feel like he's acting a little bit where he's just not being Captain America, and Gifted, he's still kind of like that Captain America type character. This one, he plays the villain in the movie. And you're right, Daniel Craig's great. He has a great accent in the movie. Ana de Armas is hot, as always, in everything she is in. And it was funny seeing both of them in the last James Bond movie together after just doing Knives Out. And it's just supposed to be getting a sequel. So,
it comes out this year. Netflix bought it.
Oh, is it? I didn't know it's coming out this year. But I really, this was a movie that I struggled not putting in my top 10 the year it came out, and I loved Knives Out. It was a great whodunit, and I love these kind of who killed who's trying to figure it out. I mean, it's like playing Clue back in the day. It was like, oh yeah, this is fun. I love it.
All right, that was my 7 through 6.
All right, my number 7 was Knives Out. So my number 6 is, we just talked about it briefly. My number 6 is Rear Window.
I thought you were going to say 7. Yeah, Rear Window, which I think you did. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you made me watch this in the
I
old.
did back when we did our classic rewatch series back in the
Because I
day.
almost put it on my list, and I was like, I don't particularly remember loving it, and then so I was just like, yeah, I know you.
You're
I
just a
figured you
hater.
would put it
You're a
on there.
hater. You're just a classic movie hater. This is directed by the legendary Alfred Hitchcock, the man who really created the thriller, the mystery, the who done it, the master of thrills. And what I love about Rear Window is the direction by Hitchcock. And what I love about this movie, it all takes place in the apartment. Everything he sees where he thinks he sees the one guy killing his wife, it all takes place from him viewing it from his window. So it's always from the view of the apartment. That's what makes Rear Window, directed wise, incredible. And then the cast, the legendary Jimmy Stewart, one of the greatest movie actors of all time. One of the great leading ladies, Grace Kelly, who is incredible in this movie as well. And he's like, okay, I think he did there, and I think the weapon's over here. And then the phone calls, him trying to get the police involved. And people just thinking like, oh, he's just going crazy. He doesn't have anything to do. He's got a broken leg, but he's using that investigating journalism feel, which it just makes this movie so good. And I love Rear Window. It was in my top 100 movies of all time, and I love Rear Window. I could watch it. I could turn it on right now and enjoy the hell out of it. I just love this movie.
Cool beans. My number 5 is I know most people. I went with the Jordan Peele movie, and I know most people would probably put I can't even remember what it is now. The one
Get
where
Out.
Get Out, yeah. But I
Get
like
Out.
Us, yeah, I like Us way better, and I am looking forward to his movie this year. It's got a weird name too, but I don't remember what it is. But he's
I
got
haven't
one.
watched the trailers because I don't want to be spoiled. So
I don't even think
I'll get
that's
ruined when I go to the movie theaters to see the trailer.
But so I put Us. I went with Us because I really like
Okay.
this movie. It was real creepy, but also funny. And I get it had all these messages about different things, but for a while there, you really didn't know what the hell was going on in this movie.
No.
So,
The movie kind of comes together at the end, and
yeah. And you know, you get to see the two sides and everything. And I don't know. I really like this movie, and I think this was Jordan Peele's second movie, right? He didn't have anything else before
no,
this.
this is the second movie. So,
Yeah. And so I thought, man, he really hits it out of the park right out of the gate with big ideas, but making it entertaining and not like shoving it down your face. Like,
it makes you think about it. And I think Get Out's really good too. And I do agree with you. I like Us better than Get Out. And I love how like the whole twist of the mystery and the thing about it is it's like, well, why are these people that look just like these people that live on the other upground? What are they doing? It's basically the girl that plays Lupita Nyong'o. Her, I forget the tethered. I believe that's what they were called. They swap places, and so she leads a revolution down in this underground world, and it's just such a good movie. And then like the how they're all holding hands all across the world, which was I forget what the 2K or whatever it was back in the 90s.
Yeah, the Hands Across America or whatever.
Yeah, and that's what they're basically doing, and the action is really good. I love the part with the white girl from Mad Men and
Elizabeth Moss.
Yeah, Elizabeth Moss, who I love her whenever they kill her and all that. She's very her tethered is very creepy, and also like the main guy as well who plays Ubaku in Black Panther. I think he's a very good actor who's been in a couple of stuff over the last couple of years. I think he's really good in this movie as well. So yeah, Us is a very good pick, and yeah, good choice.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, my number 5 is my only other Alfred Hitchcock movie on my list. And no, I've never seen that one. So my number 5 is Strangers on a Train. And what I love about this movie is basically you have this guy. He's a tennis pro. He's a big into tennis. He meets this guy on a train, and they basically talk about how this guy, it's like, yeah, my dad, he gets on my nerves, and he's like, yeah, I have this wife, she wants a divorce, but she won't give me a divorce. I'm trying to move on to this new girl, and they basically, the one guy's just joking, was like, well, how about we swap murders? You kill my dad, and I'll kill your wife. And he's like, yeah, that's funny, yeah, okay, but the guy wasn't kidding. So you're trying to figure out, okay, what's this guy about? What's he trying to do? And it makes for such a good thriller, and it's so shot well. I mean, it's just one of those great Hitchcock films. And I've talked about this movie before. I think when we talked about horror movies, and it's one I recommend checking out.
Cool. You know, I don't have much of an opinion on these pre-1980s films.
Gosh, I hate you. I just hate you. I hate you. All right, your turn.
Okay, my number 4 is Bad Times at the El Royale.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I really love this movie. When there was a couple movies I was watching the trailers for, because this is another one where I've only seen the one time. 7 is another one where I was like, I really want to rewatch 7. But this one I own. I bought one time, and I need to rewatch it. But I just freaking love everybody in it. It's got a great cast, and it has a cool little mystery of what in the hell's going on in this place. And I mean, Jeff Bridges is fantastic in the movie. Chris Hemsworth leading the weird cult thing going on, and it's well directed. I just love it. It's kind of has almost like a Quentin Tarantino feel to it at times, where everybody's just kind of stuck in one place, and you're trying to figure out what the hell's going on. But I love Bad Times at El Royale, and it was on a lot of other people's lists, so I was like, yeah, it's good. Deserves to be on my list as well.
I guess. I mean, it's okay. I mean, I don't really remember anything about the movie other than like Chris Hemsworth. It was at a hotel. Jeff Bridges was in it. I can't remember who else was in it. So that's it.
It's basically the Hateful Eight. This is what it is.
Yeah, but Hateful Eight's better.
Came out before or after? I don't.
Hateful Eight came out way before this. This came out like 2017 or
2018.
Yeah. So, and Hateful Eight was like 2015.
Yeah. It's pretty damn good.
Yeah,
and when I was watching the trailer, I was like, I want to watch this again. All right, well, that was my number 4.
Okay, my number 4 is a 1940s movie, and that is a film called Laura. So this movie is basically, it starts off at a crime scene. This girl named Laura has been killed, and so this detective, he's trying to figure out who killed Laura. He talks to people that were friends with Laura, and basically, as this detective, he's trying to solve this murder. He starts falling in love with this girl, and then he's at her apartment, just trying to figure this stuff out. Dan comes walking into the room, Laura. So you're just like, what the hell? And so basically, it was her housekeeper that kind of looks very similar to her, and it has a very good twist on who kills them. A cool like a weapon was hidden in like one of those cuckoo clocks, or one of those big clock tower things. And this movie is so good, and I love crime noirs. We don't see a lot of those anymore, but this is something that was really famous in the 40s and the 50s, which really established the crime noir, the black and white, the detective, and I love this film. I had to throw it on my list.
Cool. I'll add it to mine.
Okay.
My number 3 is The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Okay, never seen it.
Not the Swedish one, the one directed by David Fincher. That still drives me crazy that we got like a half-baked sequel out of this, like 10 years later, that had nothing, like it didn't have David Fincher involved, and because this movie is so freaking good. You would love this movie.
I love David Fincher.
Yeah, I mean it's so good. You got Daniel Craig and Rooney Mara, and Daniel Craig's like this journalist. He gets invited by this rich family to go up and investigate a girl went missing from their family a long time ago, and he gets up there and he gets all these rich people are up there, and he gets kind of wrapped up in more than he bargains for, and people are trying to kill him, and because he keeps digging a little too deep. And then Rooney Mara's there too. She's like kind of like a hacker, and she's helping him out, and they kind of have a little fling. But it is a great movie. It's got a cool little mystery because you're trying to figure it out along with them, what happened to this girl, and David Fincher just rocking it. And it is based on a book series, and they had done the 3 Swedish books they had done movies on, and then so this was going to get the Americanized treatment. It was going to get 3, and then I guess it didn't make a whole lot of money or something.
No, it bombed.
And then but then like 10 years later, Sony was like, "We're going to do it again," and they did the 4th movie randomly, with a whole new cast and stuff, and new director, and it was just.
I mean, I get the idea of it just because you're like, okay, let's just do like we don't want to compare ourselves, because that was probably the problem with the first movie was people were like, I don't want to see that. I like the original better. So they're just like, let's start over. Let's start with a fresh new take. And it just didn't work out. It had Claire Foy. The trailers looked awful. And I never saw it. So I still haven't seen a Girl with a Dragon Tattoo movie. So
it has one of the coolest opening credit scenes too, which I don't usually like, but this one was really cool.
Okay. What, like open credit scenes, like what do you say, like
Deadpool has a really cool opening credit scene, like that. Like most of the time, you're like, I hate opening credits where you're just like looking at a field and names are thrown across it. You're like, really? Do we need this?
I mean, I'm thinking more like, I guess, James Bond, and for me, like,
yes,
James Bond.
I
love those. That was,
yeah.
Sometimes if the movie's terrible, it's great. It's the worst. Like I heard the one, the Deadpool 2 one, with Celine Dion singing the song,
yeah.
and where it has like the oddest trailers kind of thing. Where I mean, that's an idea for a top 10. All right. So my number 3 is I don't remember when this came out, but I believe it's the 50s. And my number 3 is a film called Rashomon.
Ooh.
So this is a Japanese film directed by the legendary Akira Kurosawa, who inspired George Lucas, Steven Spielberg, start the whole new wave of Hollywood films in the 70s that Coppola, Spielberg, Lucas were all inspired to do. I mean, without this, this is where George Lucas gets the transitions that he uses in the Star Wars films, which are still being used today in Mandalorian. So Rashomon is a story about there's murder happens, and it's like I don't know who's actually interviewing him, but it's like some police detective, but it's like some samurai. He interviews these 3 people that are involved in the case, and basically it's kind of like what we just saw earlier last year. The Matt Damon, Adam Driver, and
Stillwater.
No.
The one Driver, The Last Duel.
The Last Duel. It's the same thing with The Last Duel. And when I saw The Last Duel, and after the Matt Damon chapter, I was like, this is Rashomon. And basically every time we go through a scene, and it's like, okay, this is what actually happened. And then the guy he interviews, the second character, and what he said happened is completely different from what actually happened from the first time. And then it happens a third time, and you're just basically trying to figure out, okay, whose story is right, whose story is wrong, and then you're also in the eyes of the samurai who's trying to figure out whose story do I believe. And that's what makes it such a great mystery film. And this movie really changed. This movie has inspired people like Tarantino doing the narratives and stuff. I mean, this is such a essential film to watch, and I think you would like this movie if you could get beyond the idea of it being, oh, it's old, oh, it's Japanese, oh, it's not 1980s.
That's when it's
So
subtitled.
yeah, it's subtitled. So
I
you
mean,
watch.
I will say of all the ones so far, that was the most interesting pitch, but that's a lot of things to get past.
But like I
Black and
said,
white,
it's so
old.
so good. I mean, and especially as someone who loves Star Wars as much as you do, should check out some Kira Kurosawa films because that's the guy that inspired Star Wars. That's the one that Star Wars was inspired from.
Well, I've seen the
So,
anime, the Seven Samurai or whatever, which is based on.
but this is Seven Samurai.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, that's my number 3.
Cool. My number 2 is a pump from way back, Searching.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I do remember we went and saw this in Evansville. Caused some tension in the Dodd family. But this one's really cool because they do the whole tell the whole story from a computer screen type thing, and it's a pretty simple story. You've got this guy, his daughter goes missing, and he's just trying to find her, and you see it through his eyes, through his computer screen, the whole movie, and it's really cool. You know, a couple times he thinks it's going to go one way, and it goes a different way, and it's not nearly as bad as he's picturing in his mind, but it's pretty cool. You know what movie I'm just now realizing that I didn't put in this list because this movie made me think of it was The Invisible. I love that freaking movie.
Never.
Don't even have it in my honorable mentions, but anyways, this movie's pretty awesome. And it's really all held together by John Cho, who is the star of this movie.
Yeah, well, I mean, I like this movie because it's very simple. Where it's a mystery movie. He's trying to find his daughter, and he's using technology to try to find it. He uses all kinds of different things from like Windows 2003 to or 99, whatever it was, to using like Skype, Facebook, going where he's trying to find all these breadcrumbs. And I just think this movie is good. I mean, it's such a good mystery film, and also you have that what will a father do to try to save his daughter, and it's just such a good film. And also, I mean, the mom who basically who is the cop who basically puts herself inside the investigation, who sets up a criminal to save her son from.
Oh yeah, I forgot about all that. Yeah,
I mean, and you're like, what will a parent do for their kid? I think it kind of, I think it's just really great filmmaking that you get where she's coming from, just like where he's trying to save his daughter, she's trying to save his son. So good movie.
Yep.
All right, my number 2 is another 1950s movie. And that is The Maltese Falcon.
That's my number 1.
Good job, Randy Cage. I believe you. The Maltese Falcon is, I mean, it's been referenced so many times. I mean, it's what dreams are made of. This movie is starring the great Humphrey Bogart, and it's a story about he's a private eye. This girl basically is trying to find this falcon that's worth billions or millions of dollars, but it really just turns out the falcon's a fake. The real falcon's still out in the Middle East somewhere, and the woman at set is trying to get Humphrey Bogart to she kills his partner, and he just like, baby doll, I just you killed my partner, and I didn't really care for it much, but there's a principle of the thing. So maybe when you get down, we'll have a drink and we'll see where it goes from there. The movie has a lot of the cast from Casablanca in the film, and I know you've seen Casablanca, you really like Casablanca, and it's the one movie that you're like, oh my god, this movie was incredible. And So yeah, Maltese Falcon is just such a good movie, and it's such a good. It is one of the great crime noirs that I love. Talked about crime. I talked about crime noirs a little bit, and this is one of those that's great about this one. So yeah, Maltese Falcon, worth checking out if you haven't seen it.
Cool. So didn't there used to be a group in like the trivia, the
Yeah,
Maltese Falcon or something?
you bring this up every time we talk about this movie on this audience of the show.
This was what I
The
always think of.
Maltons, the Malton Falcons, or whatever they were called. So
Yeah.
what's your number one?
My number one. Like 13 people are texting me. I just can't focus today. My number
throw
one
your phone away. Gosh, damn. This is
is
important stuff.
the great Gone Girl. That's when I went with my number one.
Yeah, honorable mention.
Huh?
Honorable mention. So
Honorable mention. No, I love this movie, and every time I've gone back and watched it, I've been like, man, this probably deserved a 5 out of 5 from me. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5, but it's just so well acted by everyone involved. Rosamund Pike is such a good, complex character in this movie, and really is the villain of the movie. And it's just, I mean, just David Fincher is great directing this movie. Carrie Coon's good in it. Ben Affleck's good in it. It's just a great movie about
Rosamund Pike.
Huh?
Rosamund Pike, who's
I already talked about Rosamund Pike. I said she was great. That's what I talked about at the beginning.
Oh, well, that's what you do.
Clearly, you were not. But it's kind of like the Scott Peterson murder trial that happened like 20 years ago. But this is kind of the perspective of, well, what if he was set up and his wife is actually still alive, living somewhere else in hiding.
But her plan was to kill herself, and so he spent time in jail, and she was very strategic about it because she basically said where he can get the death penalty, and and Neil Patrick Harris, who was whatever, she makes it look like he was raping her, and I mean, this girl you don't F crazy. And it's the advice he gives in How I Met Your Mother, and that he does not follow in this movie. Ben Affleck does everything in this movie to make you think, he's guilty as hell, but I mean, he's not, and he just got that scub look on his face, and it's a good movie.
And then the end is even more terrifying because you're like,
because he has to I gotta stay with her to protect the kid. I mean, I was like, damn. So
yeah.
All right. My number one is, I believe, the greatest mystery movie of all time, because the whole movie evolves around what the hell is this thing, and that is Citizen Kane with what is Rosebud, and the whole story of which I think this movie is geniusly directed by Orson Welles, which was his first movie he ever directed and starred in, because he mostly did radio plays, he did theater, and the narrative about this guy Orson Welles. Who was this guy? This guy could have been president. He was a newspaper tycoon. He built this fortress, and his investigator they're trying to figure out what his last words truly meant. Does the last words really hold meaning? And it was Rosebud, and so nobody knows really what Rosebud means. And at the end, I was like, I guess it really doesn't mean anything. But really, at the end of the movie, whenever they're throwing stuff away at his fortress and everything's burning, you see the sled and it says Rosebud. It's basically saying he wanted to return back to when he was a kid, back when he lived with his mom and dad. He lived a simple life. He didn't want all this money. He didn't want all this fame and all this stuff. He just wanted a more simpler life. He wanted back when he was home. And I think that's what makes this movie so incredibly good. Orson Welles, such a perfectionist in the movie, where at the beginning of the movie, whenever they're playing in the snow, he couldn't get it as good as he wanted to because you couldn't see their breasts as cool as it was because the movie was shot on like in Hollywood, and it just like he was just kind of a perfectionist in that way. And the movie's just such a great movie, and it's just such a great mystery, and that's why I had to throw it at number one on the mystery movie list. So yeah,
You made me watch this.
yeah, I did.
Did I review it?
I believe so.
I can't find my review anywhere. But when you were talking about it, like I don't really remember much of it. So I'm gonna assume I was not a fan of this movie. Do you remember?
I don't remember. You hate everything.
Or maybe I thought it was okay, and I don't know. But when you were sitting there talking about it, I was like, "Wait, what? That's what this movie was about." I remember the rosebud thing and the sled. I don't
But I
know.
mean, and the thing is, Rosebud is mentioned so many times. Like if in like Ready Player One, they're like the Rosebud of it all, and all this different kind of stuff. I mean, Rosebud's been used in so much TV and movies, and throughout the years of filmmaking and TV making.
People consider this like one of the greatest movies of all time.
It's considered like one of the greatest movies ever made, and I mean it is. I mean I truly believe that. So it's not my favorite movie of all time, but it's definitely in that discussion. It's in that top 100 conversation.
Was it in your top 100?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. I don't have much to contribute. This is going to be a weird list because we have one in common?
No, we have two.
Okay.
All right. So now we got to figure out what's the number one movie on this list. So, Citizen Kane is the greatest movie of all time, according to AFI and all these other different film people. So I think you should concede and give me Citizen Kane. And plus you're ready to get off, so you can go play your stupid Fortnite game.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna put up a fight, but I'll remember for our next top 10.
All right, number 2, I'll put Gone Girl. 2, I'll put Searching, or 3, I mean. All right, I'm gonna put Rashomon at 4.
Okay.
Or no, I'm gonna put Moss 6000 because that's my number 2. Got ahead of myself.
You hate yourself.
All right. What was your number 3?
Girl with Dragon Tattoo.
Okay. So, I'll go Girl with Dragon Tattoo. Then I'm gonna put Rashomon at 6. Then I'm gonna put Knives Out at 7. All right. What was your number 4?
Bad Times at the El Royale.
Okay, I had Laura at 4, so I'm gonna put that at 8, and then I'll put Bad Times.
I was on a ton of people's list too.
At the El Royale.
On everybody's mystery movie list.
All right, we have one movie left on our list, so
I had Us as my next highest ranked at 5.
So we both have our number 5s left. So.
Oh. Well, I think that you got the first. I should get the 5 or the 10th.
I don't know. I don't think that's how that works. So
I don't think we need another 1930s black and white movie on this list.
Well, what's your number 5? I can't remember.
Us. That's what I said. Us. Yeah.
Sure. Why not?
Great movie. Deserves to be on there. You're a racist if you don't put it on there.
I don't want to put it on there. All right, let me announce this list to the Easy Cage fans. All 0.
Hey, we have at least one out there.
Hopefully. The top 10 mystery movies. Yeah. At number 10, Us. At number 9, Bad Times at the El Royale. At number 8, Laura. At number 7, Knives Out. At number 6, Rashomon. At number 5, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. At number 4, The Maltese Falcon. At number 3, Searching. At number 2, Gone Girl. And the number 1 mystery movie of all time is Citizen Kane. Woo! I mean, awesome list. I've seen all but Girl with Dragon Tattoo, and you haven't seen half the list. So it
Yeah.
always makes for a very good list. So honorable mentions.
Oh yeah, I had a few. I had Now You See Me.
Okay.
That was a pretty good movie. The sequel was awful.
Yeah, but the second one ruins the first movie, though.
Yeah, it really does. Gone Baby Gone, which
I
man,
talked
I don't
about.
know. Yeah. Seven, which we talked about a bunch. But that was one when I was watching the trailer, I was like, wow, I don't remember any of this. So I need to rewatch that. Unbreakable, which is another movie that is
Yeah.
kind of hurt by its sequels.
Not really. Split's awesome, and Glass is okay.
Prisoners, it's a
Never
great.
seen it. It's one I need to watch.
Yeah,
Such a big Villeneuve fan.
Yeah. Donnie Darko, I've talked about that in another one. It's a good movie. Minority Report, which we've talked about a million times, so that's why I didn't put it on the list because. And then I had The Prestige as an honorable mention, and then the one I thought about at the end, which is the Invisible, where this girl or this guy gets hurt and put in a coma, and so that he's following around people, kind of almost like a ghost, and you're trying to figure out who put him in there. That'd be a good one too. But those are my honorable mentions.
Okay, so I have Enola Holmes. Really enjoyed that movie. Got Murder on the Orient Express. It was fun. I have Pokemon Detective Pikachu.
I
Really
saw that
enjoyed
on
that
somebody
movie.
else's list. I saw that, and I was almost like, yeah, all right.
So, it could only make an honorable mention, personally. I had Gone Girl as well. I had the Sherlock Holmes movies, both of them with Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law are great. The Nice Guys, that's a very
Yeah,
fun movie.
I was gonna put that on my honorable mention, but then I only gave it a 3.5, so something must have made me upset.
Vertigo, it's not one of those Hitchcock movies I love, but it's a good movie. The movie I am shocked that's not on your top 10
Oh,
is Source Code.
oh my goodness. Yeah, that would have been a good one. Well,
So
I had to give my sci-fi movies a break. My number one
no, you're just you didn't think of it. No,
I
let's be
forgot, yeah,
honest.
completely, definitely, yeah.
So
Also
I had
because I use other people's lists as inspiration, and literally no one had
see,
source code on it.
I don't. That's not how I do my list. I just Google best mystery movies, and then I list them all down, the ones I've seen, and then I make my list. That's how I do my list. I don't
That's kind of how
basically.
I do it. But
So
I mean, I use like the Rotten Tomato top 50 of whatever, and then there's other people that make them like different magazines and stuff. And that's kind of what I mean, same thing. But I do various ones because I don't like to just do all just one. So I'll do like 3 or 4 different ones, and then I'll be like, I make a list and then organize them.
I got you. Then I have In the Heat of the Night. Enjoy that movie. Rest in peace, Sidney Lumet. 12 Monkeys, movie you've watched before, even though you say I've never seen that movie.
I can't ever remember it. Bruce Willis is in it, I think. Yeah.
And Brad Pitt was
Yeah.
one of the early Brad Pitt roles. Simple Favor, and then a movie that it was number 10 a few days ago, Wind River, the Tyler Sheraton detective movie with Elizabeth Olsen and Jeremy Renner. Really enjoyed
Another
that
good one I
movie.
missed. Yeah.
So yeah, guys, that ends this episode of the Easy K Show. Guys, make sure you check us out here every week on the Dark Easy YouTube channel. Check out the latest episode of the Easy K Show sometime during the weekend. That's the plan. Usually sometime between Friday and Monday. That's usually when the show comes out. Guys, you can check out Rennie Cage. He has a letterbox. I don't know if he's watched anything lately, but he should be going to movies tomorrow to check out some horrible movies. So go read
I don't want to hear it. I am still going to see Uncharted next weekend, but it is getting shit.
Yeah, no, and I probably won't go be seeing it. So
can't wait to watch my favorite video game franchise have a giant dump taken on it. It's gonna be great.
I don't know. It's got better reviews than the Assassin's Creed does, and it's got better reviews than Blacklight does. So,
That's true.
I looked today. Blacklight had like a 2.
Nice.
Guys, you can check out my YouTube channel here on the YouTube channel. I don't know. I'll probably have a review of the Book of Boba Fett coming out this week, or next week. So probably Tuesday, and we'll be talking about the Book of Boba Fett in March. So, so next week we'll be announcing the winners of the Easy Cage Awards.
How will we figure that out? Who knows?
Arguments, and luckily we're not. We only see each other when there's a big movie coming out. So Brady K's and safety and my safety is all but insured.
We need Jordan again as our I don't even remember what he did. He was our tiebreaker or something one time.
Nah, I think he just made us sound effects. So. But so yeah, so guys, check us out here every week, and until next time.